I'm not sad, really. Hey! So, I wasn't sure what I was going to do today's video, and obviously last week I did my 5-part series, if that's what you want to call it. But this week, this goes with, if you're on my email list, you'll have got this email from this morning, which was entitled Sad News. And I think it is sad news. And it's not like, you know, it's not something that's happened, that's been bad or anything like that. It's sad news in the fact that of what it means. And this is the news. One of my guys who comes down as well, Rob, who's 60, loves going walking and all that sort of stuff. And we were talking about this on Friday. He said, "Did you see this report that came out about how inactive people are? Alistair, hello, how are you doing? You hope you're ready for Friday, my lad. For the swing challenge, which if you want to join Alistair on the swing challenge, I'm going to put a link below here. You click that and get involved. Anyway, more about that in a minute. But yeah, I was talking to Rob about this article. He said, "Have you seen it?" And there was me, there was another guy, Andy, there was Paul, and there was someone else there on Friday. I can't remember who it was, but we were just all talking about this, and it was kind of how... So, from the article, there are 6 million people in the UK between the age of 40 and 60, so middle-aged people like me. 6 million in the UK who don't get 10 minutes of brisk walking, right? Or the equivalent of that, per month. Per month. How ridiculous is that? Per month. So 10 minutes per month. So we were talking about this, right? And like, you know, it's like teaching your granny to suck eggs with the guys who come down. Not that I know what that actually means, but it's a saying, isn't it? But anyway, if you know what that means, let me know, because I've got no idea. Hello, Russ! Still trying to get some of your mates onto the swing challenge, by the way. Good comeback from your dad, that was. Anyway, yeah, we were all talking about this, and you know, talking to the guys down the park about it. They're kind of like, you know, they come and see me 3 hours a week, and then they do their own thing as well, and like some do cycling and running and what have you. And you know, there's a few guys who play tennis and golf and all this sort of stuff. And we were saying like 10 minutes of walking a month, right? And Andy said, he goes, that you'd have to really, really be committed to doing bugger all for that. That's like, I find that astonishing. I'm like, how on earth can that happen? How on earth can that happen? But it does. 6 million people, right? So that was 41% of 40 to 60 year olds, which is a lot. Nearly half. And, you know, I find that unbelievable. I actually find that unbelievable, even though, you know, it was in the paper, so it's obviously true. But I find it unbelievable. And it's not that hard to go for a walk for 10 minutes a day. Okay, if you've got medical problems and all of that, I understand that, right? That's fine. Now, if you're using that as an excuse, though, when the medical problems are probably caused by the fact that you're inactive, I've got a bit of a different view on that. Because, so, I've got it all written down here anyway, but like, you know, if you don't do any exercise, you get an increased chance of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, what else did it say? Dementia, because it's like, it'll mess with your mental health as well, cancer even, right? So going into the dementia thing for mental health, if you're not getting exercise, okay, what are you doing? Like, if you're not getting exercise, you're stationary, and if you're stationary, what are you doing? Like, what are you thinking about? You know, at least if you're out and about, you're getting kind of input from all over the shop. This was one of the things I said in my email was, I feel sorry for people who don't get out and about enough. Because, like, there's loads of stuff, you know, I go for walks every week. I go for walks most days. I'm out and about outside anyway with BKS, but I do a long walk once a week. And the stuff you see and the noises you hear and, you know, different times of year, different times of day, you get like different coloured leaves and all that, and, you know, there's no leaves on the tree in the winter, sometimes you see snow. I remember going for a walk along the canal years ago, and you could just see the snow on the hills and everything, and it looked amazing. It looked amazing, and one of the boat people down on the canal made a what looked like a snow kangaroo. Yeah. Never seen one of them before. Anyway, you know, this is all the stuff you miss, and this is good for your mental health because it gets you out and about and it switches you off, and it helps you just keep happy and keep alive. So people who aren't doing that, you don't have to go walking, but like, you know, just doing something to keep your mind occupied and keep you going. It's no wonder people get dementia, is it? You know, so it's like it's lack of mental stimulation. It's a big thing. It's huge. It's huge. You know, and then apparently walking for 10 minutes a day gives you a 15% reduction in the risk of dying prematurely. Now I don't quite know what that means. What's a 15% reduction? I don't know that, but anyway, it's good for you. Okay, it's good for you. Now I went and had my medical checkup thing because I'm 40, and I had a 1.36% chance of getting heart disease, which is bloody good. If it's over 10%, that like, you know, you hit some sort of marker and they're like, right, the alarm bells go off and all that. Mine was 1.36, which is great. Okay. Now I still drink. I don't smoke anymore, but I did have a few cigars when I was in Cuba. You know, I don't live like a monk. I still eat pizzas. I still eat carbs. You know, I still drink pints. I still eat peanuts. I still eat bags of crisps. All of that. Just not all the time. But most weeks. I had a pizza last night, to be honest. You know, I had a couple of burgers over the weekend. All of that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as you do it kind of, what's the word? As long as you don't do it all the time. You do it periodically, intermittently, and you're not doing it all the time. It's fine. It's fine. But you've just got to get out walking. You've got to get out walking. Like I say, I find it astonishing that there's 6 million people who should know better, to be honest. I mean, if you're between 40 and 60, you can't blame it on the fact that you don't know that this is good for you, because you should know better. Who don't go walking for 10 minutes a day. That's just going to the shops and back. It's going to get the paper, for God's sake. It's so super simple. So, that said, I find that sad. It does actually make me sad, because what also happens there is so I hear a lot as well, especially being in this industry, about the NHS and how it's strained, and you know, the NHS hasn't got any money, it's underfunded. Now, I think if 6 million people, middle-aged people, started walking for 10 minutes a day, suddenly the NHS wouldn't be that underfunded. I don't necessarily think it's underfunded, I just think it's abused because people don't look after themselves because the NHS is there, because it's free. Right? Now, I like I said, I had my medical a couple of weeks ago. Other than that, I don't really use the NHS. It's there for me. But I don't really use it because I look after myself. So therefore, I need it when I need it. I don't need it all the time. I haven't needed it for the last 20 years. And people who do need it all the time, okay, like I said, I'm aware there's people with conditions and stuff like that, but that's what it's there for. It's there to help people who need help. Those who aren't helping themselves, who are on statins and blood pressure tablets and antidepressants, which probably go with all of that other stuff. If you've got high blood pressure, if you've got high cholesterol, and you're not looking after yourself, and you're not moving, and you're not eating very healthy, you're not going to feel great anyway, so therefore antidepressants will probably come into it somewhere. You get drugs like statins, which will have a side effect. Drugs like statins, that'll have a side effect, but then, you know, you'll be able to get another drug which will manage the side effect from that drug, and then you end up on a cocktail with them. We've got one guy who comes to me who used to be on, I think it was 12 tablets a day. 12 tablets a day when he joined. He's lost 8 stone and he's on one tablet a day, which is for something he has to be. So that's just the way it is. But 12 tablets a day down to 1. And that's massive. And how much money is that going to save the NHS? How much money is that going to save him personally on having to buy all these tablets? How much money is that going to save, like I said, the NHS? Because that's one person now who doesn't have to be at the doctors all the time, who's not, you know, who's not in that system anymore. He doesn't have to be because he's fit and healthy. And his mental health will be better as well. He'll feel better about himself. It's the way it goes. I feel better about myself from doing all of this stuff. And then when you do get out and about, when it's nice and sunny like it was over the weekend, instead of doing fuck all, you go out and go for a walk. You go out and just look around. It's really nice. I'm sounding a bit hippie now, but there you go. I believe in this. So, that's why I'm doing my September swing challenge as well. So it's all you need for that is 10 minutes a day, to be honest. You can do more if you like. So this is for people. Hi, Melissa. How are you? This is for people. It's for anybody, whether you do exercise or not. Okay, because there's a booklet that you'll get which tells you what to do. And it's got videos in there for technique and all that sort of stuff. And then you go in a group on Facebook which is free, and I tell you what to do anyway. And I help you out. And if you've got a problem with it, if you can't do the move, if you can't do a swing, you put a video in there or whatever, and I'll critique it for you and I'll help you out, all for free, right? So it's linked with this sort of thing. This is perfect timing that when this report came out, because it's like there's, like I say, 6 million people not moving. So I want to get 6 million people moving. I want to get more than that moving, but I'd love to get those specific 6 million. Imagine that. Imagine how much money that would save the NHS. It'd be fucking amazing. So, there's a link going in below here. Click that, put your email address in, and you'll get your report. Okay? And it'll tell you what to do, the exercise that you need to do, how to do it. You get put in a Facebook group, and we'll all keep you moving. We'll all keep you moving. Jamie's on as well. So we'll all keep you moving. Okay? So, it's as simple as that. Because otherwise it's going to make me very sad. And I'll have those like, I can't do it at the minute. It's usually when I've got a hangover, when I used to get massive hangovers, I look like Droopy the dog. Yeah, but anyway, and that was when I had jowls when I was younger as well, so they actually did hang down to about here. But there you go. So, click the link below and get in on the swing challenge. 10 minutes a day, that's all you need. And I'm pointing at you now. 10 minutes a day, that's all you need. Okay, so click the link below and I'll talk to you tomorrow.